Hello and welcome back down to the Chord Clink today. In today's lesson we're going to be taking a look at Yellow by Coldplay and it's going to sound like this. Alright, so before we get into learning this song, the first thing I'll highlight is we've got a capo on the 4th fret. That brings us up into the original key of the recording. However, if you don't have a capo and you want to play it without, it's absolutely fine as well, don't worry about that. We'll start by taking a look at the chords in this song as per usual. The first chord we're going to have is a G major chord. Second chord is going to be a D major chord. The third chord we use is going to be a C add 9 chord. And then the final chord we need is an E minor 7th chord. And that's all the chords that we're going to be using throughout this entire song. Alright, so now that we know what chords we're going to be using in this song, let's take a look at the verse. Now the verse is going to start with a G chord. It's then going to go to a D chord. It's then going to go to a C add 9 chord. Now the C add 9 is a little bit different to the C major in the sense that our little finger and our ring finger are going to play the E and the B string on the 3rd fret. So your two highest strings on the 3rd fret with your little and ring finger. Now the other two fingers just sit where they would normally in a C major chord. So your middle finger is going to play the 3rd fret on the A string. And your index finger is going to play the 2nd fret on the D string. And all together, it's going to sound like that. So going through it, we're going to have our G. D, C add 9, and back to the G. And that's all there is to the verse of this song. Alright, so let's take a look at our chorus now. Now the chorus is going to use the following chord progression: a C add 9, an E minor 7th. So that E minor 7th, it's very similar to the C add 9, except that we're moving our A string down 1 fret in the traditional E minor sense for our top two fingers, and then those two highest strings are going to keep in the same position as what they were for our C add 9. And after the E minor 7th to a D chord. So all together, C add 9, E minor 7th, and a D. And it's going to go for 2 lots of the C add 9, 1 E minor 7th and 1 D. And all together it's going to sound like this. And in context, your skin, oh yeah, your skin goes E minor, D. The last round, we're going to hold that C add 9. You know I love you so. Back into the G, which then takes us back into our verse. So we'll have a run through the whole thing, and we'll see if you can keep up. 2, 3, 4. C, E minor, D, C, E minor, D, minor, D, and C, but we'll hold it. 2, 3, G. And then we'll go back into our verse. So we'll touch quickly on the outro, but thankfully the outro chords that we're going to use are the exact same as we're using in the verse. So we've got our G, our D, and our C add 9. It's the same chords that are used in the intro, the same chords that are used in the verse, and the same chords used in the outro. So G into D, C at 9, and we'll take a look at it in context. It's true, look how they shine for you, look how they shine for you, look how they shine for you. And that should be all the different sections of the songs covered. So what we'll do now is we'll try running through all of the chords and then seeing if we can glue it all together. So we'll go from the start and I'll go quite slowly. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. D, C, and we'll do it again. So G. Here we go. G. D. C at 9. And G. Gonna go to the chorus now. So C at 9. E minor. D, C at 9, E minor, D, C at 9, E minor, D, C at 9, but we'll hold it, and G. And that's the whole song. Okay, so thank you very much for coming along to learn Yellow by Coldplay. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did enjoy it and you want to learn a few more songs, please check out my channel. There's a load more tutorials on there for beginner guitar.